In 8th grade, section 10.3, we're dealing with triangles. So if you are familiar with triangles, hopefully you were familiar from 4th grade. They're basically shapes with 3 sides that are connected together. So we have side 1, 2, and 3. We name those sides by the letters, the lines that they make. So this is side XY, side XZ, and side YZ. Okay? Every point that the sides connect, this is called the vertex. So X, Y, and Z are vertex. Is point X, Y, and Z. And then each angle is formed. Angle X is made from vertex X, angle Y, and angle Z, so on and so forth. All right? Now, the one rule I need to make sure I remember, besides how to label, understand the parts of triangles, is that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. Not the vertex and not the sides. The sides do not add up to 180, but all the angles in the triangle add up to 180. So these angles on the inside. There's types of angles that you're going to be dealing with, and I'm sure you've seen some of them before, so let's just make sure that you understand. Right angles always have this box right here. This gives us 90 degrees, okay? An acute angle is less than 90. Okay? And then obtuse angle is an angle that's greater than 90. Woo, we couldn't spell greater. Greater. Okay? And a straight angle is basically a straight line, right? That it equals, all straight lines equals 180 degrees. Okay, so two things equal 180. A straight line equals 180, and all the angles in a triangle equal 180 degrees. Now, there's different ways to classify triangles. You can classify them according to their angles or according to their sides. So, if you look at above, basically an acute angle means all of the angles are acute. Right? All angles is less than 90 degrees. Now, it's not the same for obtuse, because obviously, because it only adds up to 180, I can't have more than one obtuse angle. So an obtuse angle means that there's at least, like the others are acute, but you have at least one angle greater than 90. And a right triangle basically has a right angle. Okay? Now, types of triangles by sides, so if we're dealing with the sides, if none of the sides are equal to each other, this is called scalene. Okay? An isosceles has, and if you could guess, an equilateral means that all sides are equal. Right? So I'm about to do some examples on another board, because as you can see, we ran out. Go ahead and write this down, pause it, write it down, do what you need to do. And we're going to do some example problems before I let you free. Okay, so in this case, it wants us to find x in angle DEF. Now the rule that was given to us is that all the angles in a triangle equals 180 degrees. So I know angle D plus angle E plus angle F equals 180 degrees. Now I know what angle D is, so I'm going to replace what I know. So 100. Angle E is 33 and angle F is x. So once I set this up, I just solve for x. So this would be 133 plus x equals 180. I'm going to subtract 133 from both sides. I end up with x equals 47. Is that right? Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, 47 degrees. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So number 2 says the measures of the angles of a triangle are in the ratio 2, 3, 5. What are the measures of the angles? So we have these angles, and their ratio is 2, 3, 5. I don't know any of these angles, okay? But I do know that all the angles together add up to 180, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ratio and I'm going to represent it with x. So whatever, let's say this is 2x, okay? Whatever this is, the ratio here would be 3x and 5x. I don't know what it is, but I know this is the ratio, 2, 3, 5. So I'm going to do 2x plus 3x plus 5x, all right? That's how I do the measure. So I do 2, 3, 5, that's 10x equals 180, because they're like terms. And then I just divide and solve. So these cancel out. I end up with x equals 18. So that means that if I put 18 for here, this angle 5 times bigger, and it'll keep the ratio. Number 3 wants us to classify the triangle. So it doesn't say to classify by angle by side, so we're going to do both. Angle-wise, because this is 106 degrees, even though it doesn't look, okay, triangle. Now, according to the sides, you see how this has these little lines that show me that these are equal? Well, because these has no lines, this is an obtuse scalene triangle. Okay, no equal sides and one obtuse angle. This one has 2 equal sides, so I know it's isosceles, right? And then it's 45, 45, so it has a 90 degrees, so it's in a right triangle, so it's a right isosceles triangle. So page 575, go ahead and try page 575, numbers 2 and 4, not 24. 575, numbers 2 and 4. Sorry about that. All right, so go ahead and write this down and see you in class.